Getting over this hump of being tired and yet trying to exercise is one of the biggest struggles that I find me myself also struggle with, but so many clients as well. By the end of this video, you're going to have two things that is going to allow you to then hopefully get over this hump, or at least start making your way there. I've got a bit of a story that I want to tell, and this is about a client that I used to train over 5 years ago. The person has weight loss goals, the person is very busy, very work orientated, very driven, very successful, very much putting work first, and maybe herself, second or even third, right? When I used to just train this person, we went from, really the ground up. It was really starting from the bottom, building that nice layering effect for her training so that you could build some strength, get some confidence, and get some energy. Within this time period of me not doing any face-to-face personal training, little hint, I'm back to one-on-one personal training, little flex there. Coming back and now working again with this exact same client now that I'm back in the gym, same sort of protocol is that now initially this person does not have more energy. I know myself included have told people before that if you're going to train, you're going to get a lot more energy afterward. While I think that is true, it really depends on who you are and where you are within your journey. And this client has really reminded me of this, is that when you start, it is actually going to feel a little bit more taxing. Now, by the end of this video, I'm going to give you two things that are going to get you over this hump and hopefully make it less taxing, so that you can actually do some training, do some exercise, and give yourself more energy. Because not having enough energy has to be one of the biggest reasons or excuses as to why people don't exercise when I first talk to clients. This is a huge hurdle that not only a lot of clients, but myself also have to go across. And this client has really reminded me of just how exercise is more putting a bit of a deposit in an energy bank for later. And that can be a really hard thing to do, is that it's reminded me that, you know what, when you start, you're going to have to rely on a fair bit of that initial motivation. Motivation drops off, as it always does after about the first couple of weeks. Your systems then allow you to then keep moving. Discipline allows you to obviously keep moving. But that's the thing about getting more energy to do more training, is that you've got to get over this little bit of a hump. And like I said, I'm going to give two things that will help with that. I want you to be fully aware that you're probably not going to have a ton of energy within the first few weeks. It is actually going to pull energy from you. And then at some point, if you do things correctly, you're going to find that you're going to have more energy, start feeling better about yourself. You're going to start to train more, and you're going to start to do what we call the 1%ers, which is where the ticket of success is, where all these little things start to add up. You change your diet, you change your sleep routine, you change your exercise pattern, you're exercising more than you ever thought you would or could. And that is all because of this initial moment. Now, if you are one of those people and you're struggling to get over this hump where you're like, man, I need more energy, I'm tired, how am I going to train, how am I going to exercise when that's going to take more energy away from you, is that you want to start like this. And it's a really humbling experience, and this client has really reminded me that sometimes you can't always do the things that you think that you should or that you want to, and you want to do this cool belter of a workout and you want to be all sweaty and you want to get into it, but sometimes you need to bring it back to the real basics and bring your level of expectations for yourself a little bit down, so that your body has time to then get used to doing what you're doing, and then thus your body actually return the favor, which is try and give you a little bit more energy. The second thing that's really important when you're looking at having more energy to do more training and then to get energy from that training session is to adequately recover. When you're highly motivated, when you first start something, you're going to want to go bang, 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 and do all the sessions and do all the training intensities and just do everything at once. I get it. I do exactly the same thing. But when I really look at the times that I was successful within a training regime, a weight loss protocol, whatever it may be, is that I had adequate rest. You cannot expect to be full of beans and have a heap of energy, whether that's for the next session or whether that's just for your family, if you are going at it every single day with huge amounts of volume and huge amounts of intensity. So that's something that I want you to consider, is that the rest is also important, especially when you are first starting. The rest is seriously important. Don't think about it as a bad thing or that you're weak. It is very important if you are going to balance these two things, which is you want to dial down the intensity, get the stress right, get the intensity level right. That's number one. Don't go too hard. The second one is you need some time off. You can't be training all the time, and you shouldn't be training all the time unless your fitness is all the way down, which you wouldn't be watching this video if that is the case. These two things that you can start with are super easy, right? You can start tomorrow. You can do a 20-minute or 15-minute stretch routine or a workout routine online, and then you can have the next day off, and then you can go again. Now, within 1 to 2 weeks, those sorts of training protocols will actually give you more energy and not take a whole heap of energy away from you so that you have time to then adapt to all the extra training that you are doing. Hope that helped, guys. If you have any other questions, send me a DM. Otherwise, I'll see you here next time. Bye.